All right, so we start over. Hold on a second. I'm going to delete this construction, and what I'm going to do is, okay, here we go. Fresh start. We have the old assembly with the old lattice in it. And I'm going to do save as a copy and open, and change the name here. ML13AF13, okay? And it gives you this dire warning, and if you actually heed the warning, you get into all sorts of trouble. So ignore the warning. Open all reference components is always good. All right, so now we have a fresh copy. That is the 1313 version. All right. What I'm going to do is I'm going to hide the lattice, because that is complicating things for right now. And I'm going to show the grid. I'm also grabbing this blue thing here to what it's called roll back the two axes. So that means those axes temporarily don't exist, and it's just not going to worry about it. I can, of course, manipulate my electrodes so you can actually see their tips, which I find helpful. And then we're going to replace the grid. So I'm right-clicking on the grid, making this menu bigger, and click Replace Components. Now, the components aren't already in memory, so I have to browse and find the component that we want. And then it has it selected here, and it has the right thing that it's going to replace by. And so I say, okay. And it has already automatically detected all the matching faces. So for instance, it knows that this face still touches that face. Sometimes it doesn't, and you have to find out what it's trying to do, what it needs to do. And you certainly need to make sure that all these mates are correct. I almost wish that it had gone wrong, because then I could have shown you. But what it does is it shows you a picture of the old item with the face that it's trying to replicate highlighted. So it would have a little picture somewhere over here of the old grid with that bottom face. And then you can go and say, that's it, click. And then all of this is green, and then you're good. That means that it has been able to restore the definition of how your replacement part fit in with, in this case, the chamber. All right, nothing bad going on so far. Now, I know that this axis, so I'm now going to restore, is no longer defined, because it used to be defined by a hole in the old grid. So I'm going to say, edit the feature. I'm going to say, well, I want it to match that hole. Okay. And then if I hit rebuild, if all is well, it should snap into place. Gorgeous. Now, if you get confused of which is axis 1 and which is axis 2, it will probably break completely or try to snap over here, in which case you just go back, say axis 1, edit a feature, I put it in the wrong spot, didn't mean to do this, I meant to do, that, whatever. So you can recover from that mistake. Let me do the same thing for the other guy. Of course, this axis has the similar problem. Edit that face, got it, and rebuild. Happy, right? Beautiful. All right, so now we have used the grid. Of course, this grid is just it's just a placeholder in our situation, right? So I'm going to hide it again, because we don't actually want that grid. We want instead so our scoop assemblies are now positioned correctly, but now we want the lattice to be there again. So I'm going to show it. And if all is well, it will automatically recreate exactly how these mounting blocks have to be for everything to be beautiful. And it looks to me that it has done a fantastic job.
Yeah. Very good. Perfect.
So that means that we can safely hit save. Rebuild and save is always a good choice. And then we can go and grab the lattice, open it. Here we go. I want to make some changes, right? Because this is no longer accurate. So this cut here, we want to edit the sketch. And in particular, I want to edit this
Double click.
text.
If you double click on the text, you can edit it.
Is that how it works? I can never remember. Ah, there we go. So it's still a middle hole, so I leave the B2s, but now it's just AF13 like that. All right? Exit sketch, bloom done, save. And importantly, save as. This is all nonsense. Because this would be true if we were actually going to save the part, but we're not. We're only going to save an STL. And it has a vaguely reasonable name, so just go with it. Bloom, done.
Okay, wonderful. That's the end of the tutorial. Thanks for watching.